Hi, welcome to the Medical Method. Today I'm going to be going through sort of some advice about GAMSAT study more generally than the other three videos. So recently I've been getting a lot of emails asking me how I studied, what materials would I recommend, all those sort of questions. And I guess I sort of wrote a lengthy email to one person. I think it would be easier for me to just make a video on it. So there's a few things that you need to know. Yes, they're really expensive, and it's questionable whether they're worth it. I know Des O'Neill, the GAMSAT preparation, is a really good quality course, but for the prices they're charging, you'd hope that they are. Whereas I spent $100 on Prep Genie to get 5 exams, and some of the exams were good, but I knew there were questions that were way too hard, and some didn't have the right answers, and it wasn't perfectly set out and stuff like that. So I guess it's really up to you what you're willing to deal with. But my simple recommendation would be just sort of troll around on the internet. I wouldn't, unless you're really, really keen on having lots of material, I would go with Des O'Neill, because that's the best one if you want all the material, really good quality. But it's really expensive. If you want something a bit cheaper, I would go with a Prep Genie or something like that just to get the exams, because section 1 it's basically impossible to find questions of the same caliber. So there isn't really many reading comprehensions that are comparable to the GAMSAT level. Maybe MCATs, but again, even that kind of stuff is still expensive to prepare for. So I would go with, I'd definitely go with Prep Genie, despite what I've said about how crap it is, because of the value. So for $100, the section 1 questions were really good. For section 2, I'd put up a quote generator as a link. I just use that. You don't need to do section 2. You don't need to buy a whole exam just to get 2 prompts, You need to just practice writing essays. So use that quote generator that I used by that guy who made that awesome GAMSAT website, and just practice writing 2 sets of those to an hour. That's the best practice for section 2. For section 3, I know this is just on ASA, but you're going to need a first year knowledge of bio and chem, and year 12 physics. Now I'm going to break this down really simply for what you actually need to know. Chem, forget about organic chemistry and inorganic. You're going to need to know the little things that they can ask a multiple choice question on. Organic chem is going to be problem solving more than it is actually understanding reactions, because the reactions they put in are like 4th or even 5th year, like they're really hard reactions that you never learn in 1st year. So it's not worth going through your 1st year chemistry trying to like hardcore cram it for GAMSAT, because it won't help you. If anything, it actually confuses you because the rules don't apply. So what I would do is learn chirality, learn everything about oxidation, learn about different conformations, bonding, the angles, so planar, all that kind of simple stuff, like whether something's magnetic or not, whether it has a dipole, S, R, D, L, how to draw chair diagrams, stuff like that, the sort of things that'll come up. Chemistry, so that's chemistry done. Biology, first year biology, that's the most broad topic ever, and majority of it will give you the information you need in the little excerpt to answer the questions. But the things that you can get an upper hand with are glycolysis, so understanding how glucose gets broken down to pyruvate, understanding oxidative phosphorylation and the electron transport chain, so understanding how pyruvate gets broken down to a series of compounds that liberate electrons to NADH and FADH2H, I can't remember, one of those, I think it's FADH2, something like that, and how they're electron donors, and they give to a series of transporters that yield ATP. Okay, you need to know this stuff, and you also need to know how genetic replication occurs, so both translation and transcription, because they're the kind of questions that they'll add in, and they'll have a massive excerpt, like a page, that you could read and you could get the answers. But if you already know how it works, it'll be like 6 questions that you can just get marks for just straight off the bat, rather than having to read through the excerpt, try and understand it for the first time, or like, really grey and fuzzy. But really beyond that, that's all I'd go through, because it's that sort of hard biochem that they can add in as problem solving that they usually ask questions about. So yeah, that's how I would study for it, I guess. I know hasn't been that short, this video, but so section 1, you really have to buy some material, read hard books. I've already been through this before, but it's the only way to get your English back up to a level like end of year 12 to be able to really comprehend this high level stuff. Section 2, use the quote generator I have, and just practice writing to time. Section 3, I've given you the basics of what you need to know. So the little short multiple choice stuff for chem, bio, glycolysis, oxidative phosphorylation, electron transport chain, and a bit of genetics, so transcription, translation. That'll get you through. And yeah, don't stress too much. Just all I would do is keep on working and perfecting. You'd be surprised how much you can improve over a short amount of time if you're segmented into bits rather than trying to do masses of material. So yeah, I hope that's helped, and thanks for watching.